Johnny Depp and Amber Heard during their 2022 trial in Virginia. No verdict was returned Friday in the Johnny Depp-Amber Heard defamation trial. After Judge Penney Azcarate dismissed the jurors for the holiday weekend. The jury, who received the case Friday afternoon, will return Tuesday and must start deliberations by 9 a.m. Closing arguments wrapped earlier in the day after 6 weeks of testimony. Depp, 58, is suing Heard, 36, for $50 million over an op-ed she wrote in the Washington Post in 2018 in which she referred to herself as a public figure representing domestic abuse. Depp has denied all allegations of abuse. Heard countersued Depp for $100 million after the actor's lawyer Adam Waldman called her accusations a hoax. The jury, composed of 7 people, must come to a unanimous decision for a verdict. They will be deciding Depp's claim and Heard's counterclaim at the same time. Follow along for live updates. Amber Heard fan says they tried to give her support. As the swarm of Depp supporters left the Fairfax courthouse, a small group of Heard's fans sat on a bench together. They have felt thoroughly outnumbered throughout the trial, but Christina Taft of Los Angeles said that they tried to show as much support for Heard as they could, joining the crowd in the back of the courthouse where the actors arrive. "We're trying to give her support and cheer for her, so she can feel safe," Taft said, adding that one supporter managed to slip Heard a small gift through the window of her car. Depp left the courthouse, but fans stick around to thank his lawyers. The Johnny Depp fandom encompasses his lawyers as well. Even after the judge dismissed the jury around 5:15 p.m., a large group of fans hung around in front of the courthouse to cheer on several of Depp's lawyers, particularly Ben Chu. They yelled "Thank you, Ben," and "Have a good weekend, Ben," as he thanked them and made his way through the crowd. Judge dismisses the jury for the 3-day weekend. After about 2 hours of deliberation, Judge Penney Azcarate dismissed the jury in the Johnny Depp-Amber Heard defamation trial for the 3-day holiday weekend. Jurors will be expected to return to deliberations at 9 a.m. Tuesday. Azcarate instructed the jurors not to read or research anything about the case during the holiday break, or share any details with friends, family, co-workers, acquaintances, and strangers. She then wished the jurors a peaceful weekend. Spectators can hang out in Judge's courtroom and wait for verdict next week. If the jury doesn't reach a verdict by Friday night, they will resume deliberations Tuesday, and the Fairfax County Courthouse officials just announced that spectators, the ones who have been camping out overnight outside to get one of the 100 seats in the courtroom, are welcome back then as well. Judge Azcarate will keep the 5J courtroom open because she has a full docket of cases unrelated to Depp v. Heard, reads an updated statement on the court's website. The Depp v. Heard spectators can sit in the 5J courtroom while other cases are being heard. So, attention Northern Virginia residents, if you have a case before Judge Azcarate next week, you might have quite an audience of Johnny Depp fans who will be watching it all. Amber Heard faces vitriol outside the courthouse. In her final moments on the stand this week, Amber Heard broke down as she said she has received countless death threats and harassment since the start of the trial. She also alluded to the many Johnny Depp fans in the courtroom who gather outside every day. On Friday, as Heard left the courthouse, hundreds of onlookers on the sidewalk yelled and booed and jeered. Fervor from Depp fans continues on social media. As the jury deliberated, Depp fans sent tens of thousands of tweets out in his support. Within an hour of closing arguments ending, number Amber Heard is a liar and number Johnny Depp is innocent trended on the social media website with more than 50,000 tweets under each hashtag. Support for Depp has been steady throughout the trial, often veering into frenzied territory. Many of those fans have directed vitriolic remarks toward Heard, who has seemingly attracted fewer supporters online. Earlier this month, the Post noted that while number Justice for Johnny Depp received nearly 7 billion views on TikTok, the comparable number Justice for Amber Heard had about 25 million. Seth Lewis, director of the journalism program at the University of Oregon, told the Post that the situation amounted to apotheosis of participatory culture, or fans taking on an active role in fandom over public figures who end up feeling more like avatars than real people. Among his biggest fans, Johnny Depp has already won his case. Fans gather outside courthouse, Johnny is the victim here. As the case went to the jury, several hundred onlookers lined the sidewalk across from the rear of the courthouse, eager for a glimpse of Johnny Depp as he departed. There were assorted people decked out as Depp-style pirates and at least 2 women dressed up as mermaids. "Back it up. Watch your fins," a cop yelled at the women just before Depp left in the back of a black SUV, his waves from the back seat inducing a mix of cheers and whoops. "Oh my God, that was amazing," a woman gasped after Depp passed. Jack Lavera, 19, had arrived early in the morning, eager to lend his vocal support to Depp. "Egg that man!" Lavera shouted in the direction of a man who held a sign that read, "I stand with Amber." By all appearances, the man was among the few Heard supporters. "Johnny is innocent," Lavera said, brushing aside all of Heard's claims with a sweep of his hand. "Johnny is the victim here. Amber Heard is faking it." Evan Torres, standing a few feet away, said he drove from Atlanta to stand outside dressed as Depp in Pirates of the Caribbean, complete with a sword, musket, and what he described as a prosthetic goatee. Torres, 24, a fledgling actor who works at a bookstore, said he has no doubts about Depp's character, at least none that he would admit to. Referring to Heard, he said, "I can't trust her as far as I could throw her. I could be wrong, but I'm hoping I'm not. I had to support Johnny," he said. "As an actor, he's my biggest inspiration. As a human, he seems very genuine." Dan Kim, 26, who lives in Loudoun County and who was the one holding the sign supporting Heard, said he is convinced Depp committed domestic violence. He said he felt compelled to show up with his sign to focus attention on an issue that isn't talked about enough. "I want every voice heard," he said. "I support Amber Heard 100%. She is a survivor." Moments later, the crowd erupted in another chant of "John New York. John New York." Johnny Depp fans, Amber Heard supporter clash outside courthouse. While hundreds of Johnny Depp fans lined up to watch the actor depart the courthouse shortly after the jury went into deliberations, a lone Amber Heard supporter yelled into a megaphone, "Amber is amazing. You're going to yell at one woman. Why don't you use your brains?" A woman next to her, apparently upset by the volume of the megaphone, tried to shove the megaphone and also knock away a Heard-themed poster. The Heard supporter pushed back and the crowd briefly started to shout, but a sheriff's deputy came to break things up before it could go any further. Soon, A man dressed as a pirate also started yelling into a megaphone, but the crowd loved it. Jury starts deliberations. After 6 weeks of intense, harrowing, and sometimes meandering testimony, closing arguments are over and the jury has left to deliberate. Much of the courtroom, including both the plaintiff and defense teams, applauded after Judge Penney Azcarate thanked everyone in it. "Well, that's a first," Azcarate said. Johnny Depp's attorneys appealed to jurors on May 27 to restore his reputation, while Amber Heard's lawyers asked them to recognize her free speech rights. Video, Reuters. In rebuttal, Heard's lawyer asks jury to give Heard her life back. In his 6 minutes of rebuttal time, Benjamin Rottenborn emphasized that verbal and mental abuse is, in fact, domestic abuse. He said that Depp's legal team's argument that domestic abuse only includes physical abuse was false and contrary to expert testimony. "If you believe that Mr. Depp was abusive to Amber one time ever in any form of abuse, verbal, emotional, psychological, or sexual, then your job is very easy," said Rottenborn, who argued that Depp's legal team had switched their strategy to exclude non-physical forms of abuse from the definition because they know that he did it. On the matter of Heard's countersuit against Depp involving allegedly defamatory statements about the actress made to the media by one of her ex-husband's lawyers, Adam Waldman, Rottenborn said that Mr. Waldman's malice is Mr. Depp's malice. The defamation, Rottenborn said, was all part of Depp's campaign to globally humiliate his ex-wife. "We ask, ladies and gentlemen, that you hold Mr. Depp accountable for his actions. Stand up for victims of domestic abuse everywhere who suffer in silence. Stand up for the freedom of speech," he said. "Give Amber Heard her voice back. Give Amber Heard her life back." Depp lawyer says Heard is not a true survivor of sexual assault. After arguing during the rebuttal that Heard documented instances of Depp's unusual behavior that had nothing to do with violence, Depp lawyer Camille Vasquez echoed the earlier argument that Heard is not a true survivor of sexual assault. "Either she was raped by a bottle," Vasquez said, "or she's the sort of person who would get on the stand in this courtroom and would lie to you about being raped." The graphic remark elicited a visibly emotional response from Heard. In rebuttal, Depp lawyer says Amber Heard is caught up in lies. Johnny Depp lawyer Camille Vasquez opened the team's rebuttal by repeating their legal strategy of painting Amber Heard as a liar. Vasquez began by arguing that Heard was caught in a vast web of lies that began exactly 6 years ago when she filed a restraining order against Depp, and then continued when Heard said she would donate the entirety of her divorce settlement to charity. Heard also lied, according to Vasquez, when she characterized herself as a public figure representing domestic abuse. "She's come too far. She can't back down," Vasquez said. "She's lied too many times to too many people." According to Vasquez, who called the actress's testimony a performance, the reason Heard revealed previously publicly undisclosed details about her alleged abuse for the first time at trial was because she had to keep up with her lies. "Her story is a constantly moving target. It never stays the same," said Vasquez, who told the jury that the time has come for you to decide the truth. What is at the heart of Heard's case? Heard alleges a pattern of physical and sexual abuse from Depp, which worsened when he drank heavily and used drugs, particularly cocaine and MDMA. The defense called several witnesses during the trial who testified to seeing Depp in various states of inebriation. Most said they did not see Depp strike Heard, but that they witnessed him become jealous and angry on several occasions. Heard also says she lost career opportunities due to several comments to the media by Depp's lawyers, claiming that her allegations were false. What is at the heart of Depp's case? Depp's attorneys suggest that Heard was abusive to him, rather than the other way around. In an attempt to prove this, they brought out a number of witnesses throughout the trial who knew the couple and claimed to have never seen injuries on Heard. They played various recordings in which Heard taunts and insults Depp. The actor said that when Heard made her allegations, people in the entertainment industry began to think he was a fraud, and that she destroyed his career, costing him everything.